Apologies for the delay in doing the next part of the K series midget conversion. I've had another project which had to take priority, unfortunately. But as you can see, it's pretty much all where it needs to be. So there's not too much left to do before hopefully it starts making some noise. So I'll run you through the main points. So clutch cable is in. Not very well. I want to redo that because it just doesn't work as well as I'd like. It's got a universal throttle cable, which actually does seem to work quite well. Just slides in the bracket there. Yeah, it does seem to work. Cooling system is almost there. I've had to order a filler pipe for this, so this will go here. There'll be a filler pipe on it which goes back to the expansion bottle, and this outlet from the back of the cylinder head, which used to go there, obviously doesn't fit because there's passenger footwell in the way, so I'm in the middle of making up a new outlet for that. The exhaust doesn't look that pretty, but it is quite functional and that should work quite well. The original manifold again sort of came across here, so again passenger footwell is in the way. Alternator's all in. This is my remote oil filter. This isn't the standard Rover oil filter, MAN MW75. It's a shallower one with the same thread. So if you do have one of these and you're struggling to find anywhere to put it, so yeah, I can undo the oil filter and take it off where it is, and it does actually clear the sort of chassis rail down there. So all the pipe work, I just need to P-clip that all in place. I haven't got an auxiliary belt for it yet, but it is on my list of things to do. Just want to make some noise first. So I've got the wiring for the fuel pump. It's all routed and came up here. It's currently cable tied to a brake pipe, I think. So I need to do that. Underneath the exhaust, if you can see, is the starter motor. That is wired in. I've got the wire coming up to the alternator, so when I do get around to getting the ECU and everything all in, I've just got to link the live wire up to here, and that'll all be good. Battery needs a charge. So yeah, I've sorted out most of the wiring. I kind of know what's what as far as the car loom is concerned. The engine loom is pretty much a standard one, which will just plug straight into the ECU. Now what I was going to do originally, I sat down with a colleague and labelled, because I didn't take the immobiliser side of the ECU out of the donor car, we labelled what wires, like power and ground, and then originally I was going to send that away to have the immobiliser function taken out. But I did get offered another Rover, similar age, Rover 25, which I figured I'll have a spare engine for it then, and I've taken the loom out. So what I am going to have to do next week is figure out which bits I need and cut out everything that I don't need, because there is not room in the midget for all of that. So if I put the car up in the air, I'll show you what I've done underneath. Okay, so one of the main things I've changed under here, the outlet for the fuel tank was about that long. I was a bit worried about it grounding out. I did cut it down a bit, but I still wasn't too happy. By the time I put the pipe on, it would have been same sort of height anyway. So I found this 90-degree one on Amazon, which again, it still sticks down a little way, but eventually I'd like to get a proper race tank, if you like, a proper square custom tank made up, and maybe have the outlet at the front here somewhere. So this fuel line is in from the tank to the pump, just there. I haven't done the outlet from the pump to the engine yet, because I want to take the metal pipes off that donor Rover so they can run a bit closer to the floor and P-clip them in properly, and probably do something with the wiring and the brake lines at the same time as well. So that's the wire to the fuel pump. Other than that, I don't think I've really done much under here. I think it's all been in the engine bay. One thing I have decided is all those to take. I did buy some lowering blocks, and then because the K series is so light, it's lifted the front back up again. So I will probably take that lowering block out when I change this. I've got a new spring with new bushes to go in, because these ones are absolutely knackered. And yeah, I'll just take that lowering block out when I do that.